Welcome to this installment of the Secrets of VenueMagic Masters series of tutorials. In this 9-part video series, we will discuss VenueMagic events and the different ways you can use them. In this video, part 1, we'll give you a review of what VenueMagic events are and what you can do with them. It is expected that you have already viewed all of the VenueMagic Getting Started tutorial videos and that you have at least some experience working with VenueMagic. VenueMagic Getting Started video number 20 discusses timeline events, and you should review that video as well if you're not familiar with VenueMagic events. But here's a quick summary of what we need to know for this set of tutorials. Put simply, VenueMagic events make things happen. What kinds of things, you ask? Well, one of the most common uses of events is to run VenueMagic timelines. For example, suppose I have created a timeline to flash some lights and make cool sounds.
Now suppose that just before the end of this timeline, I want to start another timeline.
The first thing I would need to do is add an event track to my timeline from the Insert menu. Then I would open the Events folder in the Project window and drag a Run Timeline event onto the event track where I want the next timeline to start. This is how an event appears on the timeline. Double-click on the event to open its properties and click the Event tab. Click on this box and you'll get a list of all of the timelines in the project in alphabetical order. Select the one you want to run and ignore all of the other settings for now. Then, we'll play the timeline starting just before the event we added to save time. As soon as the event time is reached, the timeline we selected is run in the queue list. As a quick note, there is an easier way to add a Run Timeline event to a timeline. Just drag a timeline from the Timeline folder and drop it into the event track. As you can see, a Run Timeline event was automatically added and set up to run the timeline we dragged. In addition to running timelines, there are also events to control queue list playback, send MIDI commands, set VenueMagic variable values, and a bunch of other things. There's even an event called a multi-event event that can run a bunch of other events at once, in sequence or randomly. We'll talk about that one later. In addition to running events from a timeline, you can also run them using a queue button. Right-click anywhere in the queue button area and select New Button. Give the button a caption. Under Play When Pressed, select Event. Then select the event type. This list includes all of the events in the Events folder of the project window. We'll select Run Timeline Event because that's what we've been playing with. Then click here to set up the event. Close out the settings windows by clicking OK and OK. Then click on the New button to run our timeline. By the way, you can remove a few steps from this by simply dragging the event you want from the project folder and onto a queue button. Notice how the event option is automatically set and the event you dragged over is selected. All you need to do now is set up the event. You'll probably need to change the caption too, because the one provided automatically is pretty useless. If all you really want to do is run a timeline, you could just drag the timeline over and drop it into the button, and you automatically get a queue button that runs the timeline.
However, instead of setting up the queue button to run the timeline as an event, it sets it up as a regular timeline queue button.
This, of course, leads to the question, what is the difference between running a timeline from a queue button as a timeline versus as an event? The short answer is not much, unless you're working with show nodes, which is a topic for a different series of videos.
Timeline and queue button events are available only in VenueMagic Classic and above. When we move up to VenueMagic DMX-AV, we get another fun way of running events. It's called the Event Scheduler, and you can use it to set up events to run at specific dates and times. And that is the topic of our next video.